So next up we have Hugh Williams. I like Hugh. I really like Hugh already. Not in that way. A little bit. He's got a good summer beard. The chapter ladies are fans of summer beards. For me, I just find it itchy, but the chapter ladies love a bit of summer beard. Anyway, Hugh told me a great story about the fact when he was 3 or 4 years old, he had a best mate, and his best mate was called Jonathan Jones. And they had a bit of a tete-a-tete. They were playing, colouring in, doing as kids will. And Hugh, being Hugh, coloured in a horse blue. That was a very Welsh way of saying blue. And his mate, Jonathan Jones, said, no, that's wrong. You can't colour in a horse blue. They're not blue. That's stupid. And Hugh said, well, I want it to be blue. And they had a bit of a falling out, but he carried on. Anyway, since then, Hugh grew up and nowadays writes a fantastic comic book series called Age of Resolution. Revolution, not resolution. Thanks for the correction. 3 pints of Stella. It's only going to get worse. And Age of Revolution, sorry, the reason I'm saying this, Age of Revolution contains martial artists. This is how the message will come through in direct messages on Twitter. And I thought, martial artists, that's a bit regulation, Maybe Jonathan Jones did rub off on him and he's just done the normal stuff. But it also contains flying whales. And I thought, yeah. So screw you, Jonathan Jones. Right, here's Hugh Williams about the value of inner child.
My horse also had yellow eyes, and I don't see Jonathan anymore. But that's, and I hope he sees this online now, so then we can hang out and colour in horses. And there was one final thing. It's actually whale fortresses. They have castles on their backs. The circumstances of one's birth are irrelevant. It is what you do with the gift of life that determines who you are. Probably one of my favorite quotes of all time. We can explore this for hours, but let's do this in less than 5 minutes. It is what you do with the gift of life that determines who you are. So basically, you get in the car called Destiny, take the wheel, and no one else can do that. Ignore the backseat drivers because you map out your life. The circumstances of one's birth are irrelevant, so that's about equality and so on. It doesn't matter where you're from, what family you were born into. At the end of the day, if you drive the car Destiny, you decide who you are. The person who came up with this quote is not this guy. It's the next person on the slide. This guy, Mewtwo, the most powerful Pokemon created by mankind. In Pokemon, the first movie, he learns that he's actually a clone built to destroy. So he kicks off, which is kind of ironic, because he's like, well, I don't want to destroy, but I'll kick off. Blows up the science lab that he was created in, kills all the scientists, abandons the Pokemon trainer that wanted to use him as a weapon, and goes out to destroy everyone on the planet and replace them with Pokemon clones. Trey Evil. Spoiler alert, by the way, Ash, the main character of Pokemon, almost does the ultimate sacrifice to resolve the conflict. And this is when Mewtwo realizes that all Pokemon trainers are evil. They're actually quite nice guys like me. And he learns the morals of the quote. Why am I talking about this? Amazing question. One that I'm trying to get to grips to. Mewtwo, a character in a fictional kids show, learns a lesson that most adults struggle with too on a day-to-day basis. So I think that cartoons are the main fuel that fuel the inner child. In my time being alive, not that long really, to be honest with you, but I've had many teachers, family members and so on. But my favorite teacher of all time is not Mr. Parry, my history teacher, because he was a bit of a knob, is this guy. Goku. He teaches us many things. You're probably thinking, oh, what the hell is this kid on about? Shut up. Well, I'm going to tell you what Goku teaches us, okay? I'm going to tell you that he teaches us that, yes, we have limitations, but we can burst through them and become Super Saiyan 2, then 3, and then in GT, Super Saiyan 4. And then in the new film, Super Saiyan God, but I haven't seen it yet because there's no subversion of it yet. You can turn enemies into friends. Most of Goku's friends now used to be enemies, like Piccolo, Vegeta, and Android 18, who's really hot. I'll say it. And that's a good thing. I mean, turning enemies into friends is a good thing. I mean, most of Goku's battles would have been undefeated if it wasn't thanks to his rival Vegeta helping him out now and then. So basically, turning lemons into lemonade is a good thing, and that's one thing that I find that adults don't do that often. A lot of the time, you lose friends, you burn in bridges like Jonathan Jones. But I'll build that bridge one day. So I'm just like, yeah, so why don't you watch cartoons? There's so many cool things to learn in a cartoon. And these all fuel the inner child that's within us. At the end of the day, what can an adult learn from TV? Nothing. I mean, these are what you watch. Rubbish game shows, angry soaps, old women in huge houses. I mean, what does that teach you? It teaches you nothing. I'll tell you what it does. Okay, it teaches one thing. One thing, and that is greed, my friends, okay? That's all you care about, adults. Money. This is what I need. Oh, I need a mortgage. Oh, my God. Why? And then, oh, I've got a kid now and he's food. Jesus Christ. And then, the main thing that adults like to say to me, oh, do you need this, Hugh, or do you want it? And I'm like, well, of course I want it, because what I want is what I need. Take my dad, for example. He's the best challenge in the inner child. He'll probably disagree with me with that, but he's awesome. Oh, I need a house, but I don't want all these houses. What I want is to build my own house. And then his want became his need because he's happy for it. Your inner child is far more intelligent than any of you in here, because he learns the morals of cartoons and so on. And he's more compassionate, more intelligent than any of you. I tried to be an adult once, doing this Ignite, but then I thought, no, I'm going to colour my horse blue, colour outside the lines, and do this amazing thing. So, yeah, this is Cardiff Ignite. So a lecture doesn't ignite anyone. This is now a call to arms. Each and every one of you, and I'm looking at some of you, and you're just like, get off. Who the hell is this? And I'm like, well, shut up. Get your inner child out and be nicer to people and learn things. And this next slide's amazing. This is Wordsworth, according to Google. And and he actually said that children... newborn children, their souls come from heaven and they go inside the newborn children. It's going to finish soon, but I'm going to carry on anyways because I really don't care. So newborn children, what they dream of is heaven because they still remember it. So the next time you tell someone to grow up, grow down, and maybe we can start remembering what heaven was like.